Welcome back. This is the Scottish ale that was brewed mid-March, and I've had a few things that have been going on in the meantime. I bottled up the English brown ale and the red ale, so that's all sitting right now, which brings up an interesting story. I just am struggling to get carbonation at this point because the temperatures down here are hovering in the low 60s. So in the summer I was having no problem getting, pretty decent carbonation in a week. But I think you'll remember when we talked about the light, American Light, that seemed to take a long time, and that's right when we were kind of heading into the winter months. So coming out of the winter months now, although still struggling with some cold weather except for a period in March, it seems like everything is kind of slowed down to a crawl. And in a few minutes at the end of this, I'll show you what happened when I tried to sample the Weizenbier that I had made previous to the English brown ale, and then moving on to the English brown ale. You'll see exactly what the results were dealing with the colder temperatures here, so consider it an outtake of sorts. But anyway, today I thought we'd pop the Scottish ale, and I'm not going to do a review on it because we've talked about it before. This is more or less to validate that beer is actually carbonating over time, and give it a shot. I know what this will taste like if it's good, and looks like there's some pretty decent carbonation in there, so that's good. So things are coming along, just not at a rate that I'd like to see. It has that nice kind of chocolatey, smoky aroma. That's it, all right. It's great stuff. As I mentioned, this is a beer that I'd keep around with the Weizenbier as kind of two beers that would be good to entertain with at any time. And the American Light, of course, which is another really good beer if you're wanting to introduce someone to a beer that tastes like an American, multi-produced beer, although better, I will say that. But it wouldn't be anything that would turn anyone off. This is a delightful beer, and as I mentioned in the previous review, there's a lot of people that really like it that come over here. So anyway, it's nice to see that things are happening. Sorry I couldn't give you an update on the English brown ale. It just looks like we're probably at least 2 more weeks away from decent carbonation there, and probably, I would say a week to 2 weeks out from that for the red ale. But I will come back on here and we will do some reviews on how that turned out. So hang in there. It probably won't be next week at the rate things are going. I've even moved them up to a warmer area, but it doesn't seem to be helping. So just got to give it some time. So until next time, have a great week and cheers. Oh man, that is good beer. Hi and welcome back. I've got 2 bottles of beer here. This is really a tasting for the English brown ale that we brewed up a couple weeks ago. But I also had a batch of Weizenbier that I made, and I just wanted to see how that turned out. And this was brewed back in mid-March, so thought I would just give it a whirl. I don't have any doubts that it turned out really well, but I thought I would give it a shot anyway and make sure that it's still right on par with all the other batches. Yeah, it tastes very good. I think, given that the temperatures have been cooler down here, this is still going to take some time to fully carbonate, which makes me think that my English brown ale probably isn't where it needs to be from a carbonation standpoint. But we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I can tell just from opening it, it's going to be on the flatter side, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to take some time. Wow, that sucks. That was very flat. Yuck. This has been a Matty Boy presentation. Say bye-bye, Matty.